Today we're going to update the Nintendo Switch to 20.4. Hello everyone, today we're going to be updating my Nintendo Switch that is running in version 20.3, and now we're going to be updating it into version 20.4, and here is how we do it. Let's begin. Now before we start, I would like to show you the version of my Nintendo Switch that is in 20.3. Now let's go to my computer and let's start downloading the needed files. Now I will be putting the links on my description so that you can check it out after the video. So let's start. Now the first thing we need to do is download the certain files for the updating the Nintendo Switch. So I will be downloading the latest hatch files that are compatible for the previous version of 20.3. And guys, remember that you need your version in the latest firmware update before you do this tutorial. So that being said, let's start. Now let's go to the website of the aesthetics, and from here we're gonna be downloading the hatch files and atmosphere. Now that we're here in the aesthetics website, let's first download the hatch file, and to look for the files, first look for Nintendo, then Nintendo Switch, then hatch and choose release. And you will go to where you can download the hatch firmware. So here we are. Now I advise choosing the latest firmware release from September 11. So choose this and scroll down and download. Now after downloading the latest hatch files, we can now download the official Nintendo Switch firmware that we can also download it here on Aesthetics website. So to do that, we're going to do is look for Nintendo, choose Nintendo Switch, and choose NX firmware. And look for the file we needed, and that is 20.4. So just download that, guys, and wait for it to finish. Now after downloading, look for the files that we downloaded earlier in your PC and extract them by the use of WinRAR or 7-zip. And after extracting, we're now good to go, and these are the two folders. Remember these two folders, guys. So I will just drag them to their main screen of my desktop so that we can go back to them later. Now let's go to our Nintendo Switch and remove the SD card and connect it to the computer. Now in the computer, open the Switch SD card, and this is the root of the SD card, guys. So this is where you're going to put the files that we have downloaded. Now before we can install the files to the root of your SD card, you will need to delete the following folders before you can transfer the files from the hatch folder. So these are the folders that you need to delete. It's the atmosphere folder, bootloader folder, and the config folder. So remember this, guys, to avoid any errors. Now, after deleting the given files, go to the hatch folder, open it, and copy the entire contents of the folder and paste it in the root of your SD card. Now, if there is any notification saying that you want to replace the files, just choose replace and it will continue installing. Now, after installing the hatch file to the root of the SD card, go to the firmware folder 20.4 and copy the entire folder to the root of your SD card and wait for it to finish. Now, after transferring the files, we are now ready to update the Nintendo Switch. Next is disconnect the SD card from the PC and return it to the Nintendo Switch. Now let's open the Nintendo Switch and it will boot into Hikari menu. And as you can see that you need to set up the date and time in the Hikari menu, but I'm not going to do that right now, so I will just skip that. And I will go to launch and open MUMMC, and it will go to the main home screen of the Nintendo Switch. Now in your Nintendo Switch home screen, go to the album menu and look for Daybreak. Now when you see Daybreak, open that and look for the file folder that we have added in the root of the SD card. That is 20.4. Choose that and it will read the files. So you need to press continue, press preserve settings, press install FAT32 and press continue and wait for it to finish installing. Now after installing, press reboot and it will go back to the Hikari menu. Now in the Hikari menu, press launch once again, choose MUMMC, and let's wait for it to load to the home screen of the Nintendo Switch. Now we're here in the home screen, open system settings, and you will now see that it is in now version 20.4, and it's that easy to install without any problems being encountered when installing the updates. So I hope this video helped you a lot, guys. Thanks so much. Now that's how you can install the latest firmware updates in your Switch. Just a drag and drop file. It's safe to install in your Switch without using any RCM jigs. I hope this tutorial has helped you a lot, and I hope you can subscribe to my channel, Infobus 101. So that's about it for our video for today, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, have a great day. Bye-bye.